Yeah.
So yes, so the recording has started, and let me introduce you, Nehal. So Nehal, he's a CA, and he cleared his CA in May 2024, very recent in first attempt itself, and he did his industrial training in Credit Suisse. So it's one of the biggest MNCs, and post qualification through ICA campus, he got into Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. It's one of the Maharatna PSUs of India, one of the topmost PSUs in petroleum industry, and he has almost 16K plus followers on LinkedIn. And one of the extra major co-curricular activities he does is he's also a founder of CA Learn, where he mentors CA finalists for getting placed for industrial training. So he's a go-to person if you want to go for industrial training. Many of the CA finalists, they have got into industrial training through him, and he's also my professional mate. I have met him before 3 years, I think, in the Guwahati branch. So we
Yeah,
presented the paper at one
yeah,
of the
yeah, it's been
seminars, right?
around, I think, three and a half years since we met.
Yes,
Like,
yes. So in
yeah,
Northeast, he's
I
one of
still
my,
remember you delivering that. I
yes.
still remember. I'll just
Mm.
interrupt in between because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still remember Sai delivering that speech. That elocution. It was right. I think
Yes,
paper
yes. One day
presentation.
seminar
Yes.
it was. Like
So
four of us were
yeah,
presenting the
it
paper.
was like everyone was in awe, like showing, seeing the the communication skills of Sai. And since then, like we all know how good he is in all
Yeah.
the public speeches.
Yeah, thank you, Nehal. So nice knowing you, and thank you for accepting my invitation and coming today to
Yeah,
share.
anytime, bro. And thanks for introducing me. I think I have not done as such uh, uh, too many things, I think, from my point of view. But whatever I've done with all my hard work and dedication. And I
Yes,
think with the God's grace, I've been able to do some things, some help the community of our chartered accountants and our future chartered accountants.
yes,
And so good to be with you, Sai, and all the students who have joined. I think we both will be able to make your time worth it.
yes,
And so
definitely,
let's start,
definitely.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, let me introduce myself also.
yeah.
I'll just
Please
introduce.
introduce yourself.
And yeah, so I'm a CA, guys. I qualified in May 2022 attempt and in first attempt. And I cleared my CMA also very recent in December 2023 attempt. So I have been an All India ranker in CMA at all levels. So in CMA Foundation, I scored
That's
AR1. In CMA Inter, I scored AR12. And in CMA Final, I scored AR32. And then I
great.
did my industrial training from Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So before qualification itself, I had PSU experience of 1 year. And then post qualification, I worked in Standard Chartered Global Business Services in Bangalore for 1 year as a CA. And then I took a career gap. And then I got into Power Grid Corporation of India in July 2024, very recent. So we both got into PSUs almost at the same time. And then since then, I've been in Power Grid in the corporate office in Gurgaon. So this is
Yeah,
about
the
me. And then I am a LinkedIn content creator as well. I have 31K plus followers. So
31K plus
yes,
followers.
so I have
So
started this webinar series and this is my episode 2. So
yeah.
I am a host and speaker myself, and he's my speaker. Yes.
So I mean, when I saw the invitation from Sai, it was like Sai is one of the creators which we look up to, because when I started creating LinkedIn content, uh, just a second, I'll just take it.
Yes, yes, yeah, sure. You can unmute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying that when we look up to the someone who is in the LinkedIn creating and helping to CA students, Sai is one of them. And so good to be hosted by you in this episode.
My
And let's
pleasure.
start it. Yeah.
Yes. So my first, and I want it to be straight, simple,
Yes.
starting to exit. So my question is, what was your motivation to join PSUs? Like since childhood, did you have any idea of PSU in your family, or like what was your base and how did you get into the BPCL? Yeah, sure. So just give me a second, guys. I think it might be very urgent, and we'll just go. It will be very smooth.
Yeah. Sure. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yes,
sorry. Yeah.
no worries. So, what was your motivation to join PSU? So, whether you had any kind of experience of PSU in your family, and you qualified CA in first attempt. So, like, what was your ICA campus placement experience or interview experience? Everything.
Well,
What were your shortlisted companies and everything? So, can you just share everything about it, Nehal? Is the is the is it clear?
sure.
Yeah,
So,
sure. You can go ahead.
second, I think I'm getting. Am I audible?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll just give a big brief background about
Yeah.
where I come from. I'm from
Yes.
Assam, so there is already an OIL, that is Oil India Limited.
Yes.
So which is just 2.5 kilometers away from my house. So I
Okay.
had this idea of what PSUs are, but it was just like it's a government company and what it does. It was Oil India is for oil exploration. So
Yes.
when I cleared my CA finals, so then I think I selected the Bombay campus,
Yes. Okay.
right?
Great.
Because the Bombay and the Bangalore, both the campuses are known for having most of the companies come in these two campuses, other than
Yes.
that is Delhi. But Bombay and Bangalore are famous. So I was like, "Ki, I'll have to go. I have to go somewhere where I have more chances of getting good companies." So
Yes.
I selected Bombay campus, and then I was shortlisted by 10 companies.
10
And
companies, right?
okay, so I was for out of those 10 companies, I was shortlisted by two PSUs, which was IOCL and BPCL.
Oh,
So
nice.
both I didn't have any idea about PSUs. Like clearly, I am saying because it was more of like I've heard the name of IOCL and BPCL, but how the pay structure is or what the culture is, I was not aware about that. So someone
Okay.
from my junior was already working in IOCL as a intern. So I just
Okay.
asked her like, what's the culture and how whether I should go there or not. So
Yes.
she give me an idea that yeah, it is good sector and you should at least give a consent. So maximum
Yes.
we can give to consent to 4 companies, right?
Yes.
But there in IOCL there was a condition for 2 years of bond,
Yes. Yeah.
2 years of depreciation bond, and it was around 3 lakh rupees. So I
Oh,
thought that now,
okay.
yeah, that time, we are someone who think like, na, yaar, why do I have to go in something like this where there is already, any bond or etc.
Hmm.
So I didn't opted for IOCL. I didn't give my consent for IOCL. But
Okay.
then BPCL was somewhere offering good CTC around 20.
Hmm.
So then, then I thought कि यार vacancies come hai, but let's give it a chance. And
Hmm.
I gave consent to BPCL other than then 3 companies.
Okay.
So when then
So can
again
you name
which
those
is
other
there
three
is
companies? And if
okay.
possible,
So
the
the other
10
three
shortlisted
companies
also.
was I think Bharat Serums was second company,
Okay.
and third company was Aditya Birla, and the
Nice.
fourth company was IDFC First Bank.
Okay.
So all the three, other than Aditya Birla, all the 3 companies has 15 plus CTC,
Hmm.
and Aditya Birla had around 13.5. So
Okay. Nice.
it was
Yeah. Great
decent,
CTC.
yeah,
Great CTC.
yeah,
Hmm.
which was decent for from that point of view. So so before that, just there is a I was also giving my interviews in off campus. So there is a
Okay.
company named Halion, which was
Okay.
I gave around 5 or 6 rounds of interview for that company, but in the final
Okay.
round, I was not able to clear that. So there was a kind of demotivation, which I mean, like it was something which you guys as well who are looking forward to go for the chartered accountancy, and after clearing, there will be more interviews and stuff will like that, and maybe there
Hmm.
could be a time that after 5 or 6 rounds, when you get rejected, there is a demotivation. So that
Hmm.
at that point of time, I had this demotivation that why I'm not able to clear that interview. And then when I sat for BPCL interview, I was like, when 6 or 7 days were about to go for BPCL interview, I kind of fully prepared myself. I was like, "Ki, this is something which I have to give in, because I can't get out of that ki yaar nahi hoga kind of. So what I
Okay.
did, I fully prepared. I was aware about that the interview will be very technicals and all. So,
Hmm.
so we'll get into that, like how we have to prepare, but
Hmm.
that is the short like
Yeah,
insight, like how it went through, like till
I
the
get it.
campus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I mean that is something, and like interview process, I'll discuss it in future in Aage. So
Hmm.
I'll ask you, Sai, how was
Okay.
your like ICA campus? Like
Uh,
why didn't you tried like PSUs? Was there any other reason for not going for PSU or what?
I definitely wanted to go for PSU. PSU was
Okay.
always at the back of my mind, but
Yeah.
I sat for Chennai campus in May 2022 attempt.
Okay.
But there were no PSUs actually at
Okay.
that campus. So I was bound,
Hmm.
and in off campus also. So the scenario was like there were no notifications at that time, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I had to go for best possible private option. And then at the
Yeah.
back of my mind, somewhere it was like, it's okay. I have a PSU as my favorite option, but let me also try private. Why not try once?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the time you are at the entry stage of a
We can
career.
explore. We
Yes,
can.
you can explore and
Yes.
try. But it might work. Who knows? You never know.
Exactly.
You might
Exactly.
go
Yeah.
into private, and your destiny can lead you to much better position, maybe because of PSU, other than PSU. So I went for Standard Chartered Global Business Services. So it was on my first day of my campus interview, and then but after 10 months, I the role wasn't that
Hmm.
much. How should I say? It wasn't growth oriented role. The pay and package was
Yeah.
very good. The company was very good. The culture and everything was very good. But somewhere I didn't connect with the role offered at the because it was back end reconciliation role. So then I had my CMA final attempt as well. So I didn't want to delay it and leave my CMA in between. So I resigned and then prepared for CMA and also for PSU exams. So that was
First,
my before. So that was the otherwise if PSU would have come, I would have definitely shooted for it.
firstly,
Yes,
I'd like to acknowledge that now it takes a lot to
to
take out
resign.
of whatever all of you will realize that once we are working as a professionals, then it takes a lot to stop whatever where we are working, because
Yes,
there is FOMO, which where
yes,
right now when we are in the era of Instagram, when we are in era of LinkedIn, everyone we have FOMO, right? So
yes.
taking that step of putting your papers down in a company like Standard Chartered, and then coming back for studying like CMA finals and getting rank as well and clearing in the first attempt, it takes a lot. Yes, I am. Matlab, it's a very bold statement, and and you even did it with like coming with the rank as well. So firstly, it's very bold move, and you were able to get into the company which you desired, like from the starting only you wanted to come in PSU. And
Yes,
second thing, I think now audience is somewhere. I think I don't think they'll be aware with that. Ki PSU mein you only can come through campus. Other than that, just you have the notification is the only
yes,
other option, right? Sai?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes,
there is
right.
no off-campus option available for those who
There are no
exploring.
references also. No
Yeah,
references.
yeah. References etc. doesn't work, and off campus they can't hire it, like it's as simple as that. If they have to hire someone, either they can hire only through campus or they can hire only through notification is
Notification.
one of the routes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
most of the
Notification is considered as
ha,
off
yeah,
campus. That's it. Like you can take
yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. So, if you have to go for your BPCL interview experience, so can you share how much time it took and what were the questions? Like,
Yeah,
what can be your criteria? Like, how many marks did you score in your CA final? Like, what was your shortlisting thing? Everything.
yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So firstly, the criteria for BPCL is the first attempt,
Okay.
plus you have to get 55% plus marks only.
Okay, guys, note this
Second,
down,
I'll just plug
55%.
in the charger.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Just take your time. So we are going to get a lot of insights here, guys. And even I have heard like first attempt and 60% I have heard like whatever shortlistings till date. Uh, but Nehal has confirmed that it's 55%. So you guys can chill. If it's 600 marks in CA final, then 55% should come around 330 marks, right? So that's a good range of marks if you want to get into PSUs and get PSU shortlistings. So you can try for that. And even in CMA also, coming to campus placements, uh, I think it should be the same criteria, but vacancies are comparatively very less in CMA campus, as much I have heard and been into it. So yes, yes, Nehal, you can continue.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, the criteria is you have to get 55% marks, as well
Hmm.
as that you have to clear it in the first attempt. So this is a
Yes.
basic criteria for getting the shortlistings. So
Yes.
once you are shortlisted, because there is very much intense competition in Bombay campus, you have
Yes.
to be the top of the top, because
Yes.
your preparation has to be like that. Ki aapko you know you can't give it a pin of lose point where the interviewer can cut your marks. So I was
Yes.
aware about that. Ki interview will be very technical.
Hmm.
It will be like asking you questions from all the 6 or 7 subjects. So what
Yes.
I did, I reached someone from LinkedIn. His name is I don't remember, but he's already working in BPCL. So
Okay.
I raised him and I asked him, and he like very politely answered my questions. We talked over phone that what is the process and how the questions could be asked, and he explained me by very detailed, like what you should do. Like, see, just I'll give you examples like questions from CSR, questions from
Yes.
like Caro, questions
Yes.
from the audit committee questions, like
Yes.
very technical questions just from law itself, like
Yeah.
direct tax is there, financial reporting is there, all the 5 or 6 subjects of CA finals, they go into it, right?
Yes.
So other than that, see, there are three type of three kind of preparation which you have to do. First is your own CV वाला part, जिसमें आपका
Yes.
articleship experience or industrial training experience is there. Second is about your technicals, like whatever
Yes.
you have studied in CA finals, along with third thing is like the company specific, whatever the
Yes.
company's last 2 years ka annual report, or what is going on through the industry of oil and gas sector. So I went through all the three things. I took around 7 or 8 days completely preparing just for BPCL,
Great. Great.
and the interview was very very tough, because when I cleared, and when I gave my interview after just clearing the like giving the interview, I was sure that I will not be getting selected, because there were questions from VAT, CST, I don't know what, but I was able to answer only 60 or 70% of questions.
Yeah, got
But
it.
then also after 30 35 minutes,
Hmm.
I got that call, and which I'll say that it is one of the you know
One
best
of the
calls I've received.
biggest, happiest days of your life, and you will feel
Yeah,
proud
yeah,
about
definitely.
yourself
Yeah,
that
definitely.
you got.
Yes, yes,
And how many
yes.
vacancies were there for BPCL and how many shortlisted
So in
candidates?
in our attempt, all India, there were 16 vacancies,
Great.
and out of those 10, they just selected 10 people out of
Okay.
all the four campus. In the
Okay.
Bombay campus, they selected around 6 or 7, six, I think,
Oh,
six
nice.
people, and out of
Nice.
them, around 40 or 38 people were interviewed, and there were
That's the
different.
competition, guys. 1:6 or 1:7 competition is
That's a
going on.
competition. Yeah, people had left like consulting or investment banking. I know people, one of Divya
Hmm.
Parak, her name is, because she got into Deloitte Consulting, but then also she gave interview of BPCL because she
BPCL.
wanted to come into PSUs.
PSUs.
So there
Yeah.
are people who are now waiting for coming into PSUs. I,
Yes.
I didn't I didn't know about this कि यार इतना demand है इसका, ठीक है,
होता
honestly, and the
है.
campus.
Yes. Actually, like there is a knowledge gap like across the student community or professional community regarding PSUs. That's why I wanted to host this webinar and reduce that knowledge gap. But if generally you know like how it works, and my motivation, guys, like for PSU, why would I say a lot? Because my dad works in PSU, so he's in
Yeah,
NTPC.
exactly.
So I have been
Yeah,
in
yeah.
PSU like since childhood. Like I've been seeing at my home since my schooling or everywhere. So since I grew up. So even for industrial learning and now. So that's been my so my surroundings have always been in PSU and I have grown in it. So that's my base. And even
Yeah,
so as
it's
Nehal is saying, yeah. So it was a great interview experience, Nehal. And If you want to add on anything on this interview, like how many minutes did
Yeah.
it go exactly?
So it went for 45 to 50 minutes,
Oh
which
my
is,
God.
40, 45 minutes it's daunting. And like what happened, I was made wait, I waited for around 10 to 12 minutes in lobby. And when you
Okay.
wait in for the interview, it becomes intensified and you get more
Yes.
and more of pressure that yaar kya hoga. And around six people were there in panel. One was
Hmm.
psychologist, I think, or second was HR, and four people were technical.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they will
it's
be
just
there.
paper.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
that kind of interview, where you are like when you see the panel, you are not, you're not familiar with giving the interviews to a panel where
Panel,
four or
yes.
six people are sitting there and
Yes.
asking you questions.
It feels like
So it is
UPSC
kind of
panel.
exactly, yeah,
Exactly.
that is the thing now because so yeah, but it was a very good experience.
Great.
And someone is, I think I just checked the chat and someone was asking for CTC because we can't disclose it
Yeah,
directly,
yeah. Yeah,
but
yes.
it was around 18 to 22, I think, for
Ah,
my from
ah.
my for BPCL. I think
Hmm.
Sai can answer his
Yes,
that.
yes. I
Yeah,
will also give a rough idea. We can say the range,
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Actually, we can't reveal the exact figures with respect to our company. That
exact
will be,
figures. Yeah,
yeah, we can't reveal it publicly because we are bound to some rules and regulations. So anybody can't disclose it.
exactly.
And so we can just say the range. And I can just assure you with the fact that you will get enough money.
You will get enough that you will be satisfied with.
Satisfied,
You
yes.
don't
You'll be
have to,
satisfied and happy. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
again, that is a motivation, Sai,
Yes.
because
Yes.
people generally think that yeah, it is a government company. There will be very things and there will be lots of work which will be very old fashioned and kind of stuff. But that is not the thing
Yes.
because the PSUs are very work oriented as well,
Yes.
and you know they just had the cream of creamest,
Yes,
right?
yes. I
They
have
because
seen the
they just
top creamy layer of rank
yeah.
people who have been working like in my
Yeah,
colleagues
exactly,
also. So
exactly.
yes,
Even my colleagues as well. I'll just share one thing
yeah,
because
sure, yeah.
this attempt itself, someone she got rank 50, I think.
Yes,
Her
yes,
name is Nandini Agarwal,
Nandini
CA
Agarwal,
final.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
So she contacted me. She wanted to badly to join PSU and all.
yes,
Uh, because she also got my guidance from CA industrial training as well. So she connected me ki bhaiya I have to get into like PSU. How can I do and all?
yes,
So I just guided her through the process, like what's how you have to get into and why you should get into PSU. And thankfully, she was able to get into
yeah.
IOCL.
She got
So
selected in
I
IOCL.
got a message. Yeah,
Yes,
I got a message from her that thank you so much, Priya. I was able to get into and all. So it is not that I gave her that advice, but she was able to clear
yes.
it and go clear the interview as well. So I think it is very good to come into PSU if
Uh,
you want to.
Yes, guys, to share one fact, the next episode, in episode 3, I'm going to host, and it will be regarding the CA final and CA exams, rank strategy, and everything. And the girl who Nehal said, Nandini Agarwal, she will be coming in next episode to share CA final rank strategies. So, yes, I just wanted to reveal that.
So yeah, matlab, I was I just mentioned her and she's coming in the next video itself. So I'll be joining. I'll be joining in the as well, to learn many things from her as well because getting a rank in CA finals is not something which is
Yeah,
very
it's
very
very tough.
easy thing,
It's
right?
very tough.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
Shivam
tough.
Kumar
Yeah,
has one question for you, Nehal. Sir, I want to know
yeah.
how long it takes for a company to dispatch an offer letter. Yes, this is one of the biggest questions I have received a lot of.
Okay,
Yeah. So after how many
okay.
days of your selection
Like
you
offer
got this?
letter, so offer letter, I got into half an hour or 1 hour itself.
Nice.
So they
Yes.
just give the offer letter within, like they just write the name. They have already the offer letter and they just write the name. So I got that, but I don't know about other companies. I think like
Hmm.
for the other private companies as well, they just take around a week only. I don't think more than a week they'll take. Right, Sai?
Yeah, yeah, yes. The Standard Chartered also took like one to
Yeah,
2 weeks, but they will confirm your selection for
one
a
or two
mail,
weeks. Yeah,
through a mail. You will get a confirmation
yeah,
selection
exactly.
mail, that's for
First they
sure.
confirm your selection.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Offer letter might come later also. They might have any kind of procedures and
exactly,
everything.
exactly. two weeks sometimes also taken by the companies. But
Yes.
the one thing you can do is you can talk to the HR, and then they'll guide you through the process, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, sure. And so you mentioned IOCL had a bond for 2 years. So did BPCL also have a bond, anything like that?
No, there was no bond, but
Okay, great.
yeah, that's the reason why I selected, because I didn't want to hold myself up with any company, because had
Hmm.
I got any better chances, then I had to leave the company, right?
Hmm,
But
hmm, 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 hmm.
after coming into this sector, I realized that there are exit option as well, but people don't generally take, because coming into
Yes,
PSU is
yes.
not easy,
Yeah,
right? So you're not able to come again. There are no lateral hirings in this
yeah,
company,
there is
in
no
this sector.
lateral hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yes, guys, note this down. There is no lateral hiring. There is very rarely, like it happens, but it's like once in a decade or maybe 20 years, or there might be a lateral hiring, but it doesn't generally happen. Like they just recruit for entry level roles, and the people who get into PSUs at the entry level roles, they stay till their retirement in the PSUs. So that's how
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
works. Yes.
That's the thing that
Yeah,
uh,
so the exit opportunities are like it's not a topic to
no, you
debate.
also have yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly. But
have, but it's very less, very rare.
very no, but because see, Sai, I think na the people choose to stay rather than
Mm.
uh, the thing that you don't have exit opportunities. It is not the thing, because you
Hmm.
will be ultimately working for the finance only. I
Yes,
know
yes.
people who went to Qatar, right?
Hmm.
Qatar Energy, after 9 years of working in here
Hmm.
in BPCL.
Hmm.
He went to Qatar Energy, and with a CTC of around 1.2 or 1.3 CR. So you
That's a
have the
really big
opportunities.
amount.
I know another person who went to Blue Star ka Treasury,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Blue Star Treasury, after working for around 8 or 9 years, and I think, I don't know, like, you can imagine yourself what would be the
Yes,
CTC of the
yes.
person who is getting into the Blue Star ka Treasury head,
Ye-
right? So
That's
there are a lot of
great
people
then.
who were doing good even
Hmm,
after
hmm,
taking
hmm.
exit from this company.
Yes, yes. Actually, very less people take, but those who
Yeah,
ever take that risk and go outside, they get huge, huge pay scale. Like they get on huge
exactly.
upside, as he mentioned. I have seen in Power Grid as well. Yes, yeah. That's
So,
great.
Sai, can
Hmm.
you? I'll ask you a short question out of
Yeah,
my
yeah, sure.
curiosity.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
like, you are working in the corporate office of Power Grid, right?
Yes.
So, like, how was your interview process in the Power Grid, and like, what's your department we are currently working with, and how is your team? Like,
Okay. So regarding the interview process, so now guys, I will take you up on the off-campus route. What's the notification route? Okay. So I will just summarize and everything itself. And one of the questions like how to prepare for Coal India exam. So I will guide you on the exam route, the whatever my process was route. Okay. So first of all, coming to the notifications, there are a lot of websites and groups as well in Telegram, WhatsApp. There are websites also where you can find all the PSU notifications at one place. Okay, so first of
yes.
all, I started searching for all these sources. So where I can get, and I personally reached out to some of the employees on LinkedIn whether they knew any kind of resources, and then they shared me some of the groups and everything. So I joined them. I got all the notifications whichever were open. I applied on their websites. So okay, so we have to go to the PSU website and then apply on their website. The application period will be open for a month or 20 days, something like that. Okay,
Yes.
after the notification is open, and then once you apply through their website, there might be direct interview. Okay, some PSUs just randomly filter down for the interview call. Like for example, if I have to say NIPCO, recently it was out, and NIPCO interviews were held in January first week at the head office in
Okay.
Shillong. Okay, so
Hmm.
NIPCO didn't have any kind of exam. They just randomly shortlisted as per their internal criteria. Don't know, they just know, and then they called the candidates for interviews to Shillong. So it might happen in that way, or after your application period, you might get call for they will release separate notification for every stage. So there will be an exam, all India level exam. Okay, so after you apply, most of the PSUs have exam like Coal India, Power Grid,
Yes.
Oil India also. Okay, Bharat Electronics also, like NTPC also. So all of them have separate company specific all India level exams. Okay, so you can give them while you're working, whatever. Okay. So all of them will be entry level roles, and you can apply as a fresher, or you can be experienced also, anything matters.
Experience.
Yes. So once you apply for the exam, then you prepare. So now for exam preparation. Okay. So what are the topics? Listen very carefully. So, and I will be sharing the resources also. Don't worry. At the end, I will share. So, so stay tuned. So the topics for exam preparation are verbal reasoning. So there will be a reasoning part. There will be a technical part. Technical part is your finance part. Okay, finance is our CA and CMA syllabus, and reasoning part is verbal reasoning, which is English, logical reasoning, and your numerical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, or there might be some 5 to 10 questions of general knowledge also. There
Yes.
might be there. Okay, so coming to the finance part, you have questions almost from CA, CPT, CA foundation, sorry, CA foundation till CA final, CMA foundation till CMA final. So any subject they might pick and they can ask you. So you have to be
Yes.
thorough with all the subjects at all
All is.
levels.
Yeah.
Okay, like from audit, tax, GST, anything, law, finance, you can take cost accounting standards or costing, financial management, anything, strategic financial management or Ind AS, AS, any topic. Okay, in finance. So in reasoning part, you have all this math and everything. And one thing to note down for reasoning part is you are not allowed to take calculators.
Yeah.
You have to solve everything by your hand. So now you have to take yourself back to class 10th and do everything by your pencil. Okay? Pencil or pen, whatever. Okay, so they will give you the sheets during your exam. Don't worry about A4 sheets. So they will give you, and then you have to mark as per your OMR sheet pattern. Okay, not sorry, computer-based exam. Okay, so I gave exams for four PSUs during my this off-campus placement. Okay, so one was Bharat Electronics exam, one was NTPC, one was Power Grid, and one was the Oil India. Okay, so four
All
of them I
India.
gave. And now after giving your exam, so every exam almost has a different number of
Hmm.
marks and different duration. Okay. So Bharat Electronics had two hours of exam, 120 questions, simple pattern, 90 finance, 30 quantitative aptitude in that way. And then NTPC had a same, 2 hours, 120 questions. Power Grid has a very tough exam. 2 hours, 170 questions we had. Okay, so 170
Okay.
out of which 120 were finance and 50 were like reasoning. And then Oil India, we had 90 minutes exam, out of which 100 questions were asked. So this is the pattern exactly. And then you have to clear the cutoff. Now, how
Hmm.
the cutoff is determined is, for example, you have to take, for example, like if you have 2 hours 120 marks paper, then there will be a qualification percentage, like for this section you have 40% pass. Everything will be written very clearly in their notification. If you read the notification, everything will be written there, that in this section you have to score this much percentage, and in this section you have to score this much. So there will be a qualification criteria. But after that also, as per the number of vacancies announced, like if there are 30 vacancies, suppose for example, and
Yes.
they will be maximum shortlisting up to 1:3 or 1:4 or 1:5
Once.
max. Max they will go. So if there are 30, max they can shortlist 150 candidates for the interview level. So you have to score enough to get into the top 150 or top 90 or top 120. Okay.
Yeah.
And this will be as per reservation criteria.
Yeah.
Okay, remember, so you are getting into PSUs, it's a government company, so reservations will be there. Okay, so whatever category you go into, so as per that category, cutoffs will vary somewhat. There won't be too much difference. Everyone will be a CA, CMS, so there won't be too much difference. And so as per this cutoff, you have to make it to the interview call. And then coming to the interview days, there might be GD or there might be direct interview. That depends. For Power Grid, we had a GD and then we had an interview. And if you won't believe, we had another test also. We had behavioral assessment test. So we had three. Okay. So there is no percentage and age criteria, guys. Okay. Age
Yes.
criteria is there, 28
Each
years, I
criteria
think.
is there. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
think,
Age
but
criteria is
it
there,
is
28.
like it
But
is
percentage
it
is
is
not there. You just
it
have to
is too much.
pass.
I think. Yeah. It is. I think 30 32 is the age
Yes.
criteria. I think most of you will fulfill that. I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. For
Yeah.
general, it is 26 or 28. For
Okay.
other reservation categories, it might go for 30, 32.
2022. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. So, pass percentage, there is nothing like that, guys. You just have to pass. Even there can be any number of attempts, it doesn't matter. On off-campus notification route, you can apply. If you are a CA, you can apply. If you are a CMA, you can apply. That's it. You just need to have a membership number. That's mandatory. Okay. And so coming to the interview day, we had a GD
Yeah.
and then we had interview. And GD, we had it for uh, how many minutes? We had it for 7 minutes. Okay. First, we were given 2 to 3 minutes we were given a topic, and first 2 to 3 minutes we were given time to think. Okay. So in our GD, we had almost 6 to 7 candidates, and 2 to 3 minutes we had time to think, and then we started speaking. And I was the first one to speak in the GD, and
Okay.
it went well. And we were 6 to 7 of them. 7 minutes were there, so each of them spoke for one minute, and it was over. Now, the biggest point was after the GD, they gave another A4 sheet to write whatever they have heard in GD. Like, so we had to write down all the points, whatever we have heard, like even the other candidates, whatever they have said. So we have to note down all the points for 3 to 4 minutes, like what exactly was discussed in the GD. So yes, so that was there. Okay. Yeah, one question for you, Nehal. Reservation is applicable in campus as well or not? Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I just answered him that, yeah, because most of the companies, when they have to give the reservation criteria,
yes.
because that is the mandatory,
Mandatory. Yeah.
as per written in our constitution of India.
Yes.
So reservation is mandatory. But if there are not enough candidates from the each category, then they can hire from people from general category. If there
Yes.
are not
Yes.
people enough
Ha ha ha. Yes. Then
uh,
they will take for general. Yeah.
then they can hire from. Otherwise, they
Yes.
have to give the criteria by permission.
Yes. So coming to GD, the topic we were given was it was Vikasit Bharat 2047. Okay. So that
Okay.
was the topic. Yeah, it was a very good topic. And
Yeah.
like regarding GD, I will take regarding GD how to prepare for it. I will take it further. But that was the topic, and it was discussed, and we were out. Like it all happened in within 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Regarding how to prepare for the non-technical part, I will tell you after this.
Yeah.
So let me just share the experience once. Okay. So everything is ready, guys. I won't go without sharing. Okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Definitely. Just have to have patience.
yes. So it will be till 10 p.m. easily. And then coming to the interview, I had it on the first day itself, and it was almost before lunch break, something like that. And my interview went for 20 to 25 minutes around.
Okay.
Okay, yes, yeah. So same as you said, there was a panel, 5 to 6 members, and so that panel, actually, that image of the panel, like if you see, right, it's like an UPSC panel, and you will be having shivering throughout. Okay, so the ACs were running in May. I had my interview in May 2024. So ACs were running in Gurgaon, but I was sweating like anything with all the anxiety and tension. And seeing all the panel and everything, I was very my exam score was very high. My cutoff score, I cleared
Hmm.
it above the cutoff, like 10, 12 marks above the cutoff. So my score was very good in the exam. So and they had the criteria to determine the selection by adding up all the, what should I say, like the exam, the GD, and the interview. So all the scores will be added, and then you will be selected, like whoever got the entire top
Hmm.
score. Okay, so that's how it happens. And the interview went for 20 to 25 minutes. So first 10 minutes it went HR part. Okay, so
Hmm.
they were very cool. They wanted me to be
Make you
calm
feel
and yes,
comfortable.
feel comfortable
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything.
That is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the thing. And they discussed very freely, and they were very chill. They were doing comedy with me. Actually, I have to say, you won't believe, it was very, I didn't expect it to be that cool. They were asking me where I was from, like I'm a South Indian, like why did I shift to Northeast and how is the situation in Assam and everything. So like they asked me regarding my dad's job, my previous company. So it was a very good company. Why did you resign and everything? All those conversations were going on, and I was giving them all the insights regarding my extra co-curricular activities as well, regarding my LinkedIn, like my paper presentations and everything at the national conferences. So all of them went for 5, 10 minutes. Then they started the technical part. So they were like for it went for nearly 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes they switched on lot of topics. In technical topics, they touched the law part, as he said, CSR, yes, they touched,
Yes.
and directors part also they touched. it's just not about asking the provisions, guys. Let me remind you, it's just not about asking, just tell me
They'll
what's in
give you
section 1 that.
application part. Yes.
They go to the application part and they twist you with the
Interesting.
situations. Yes, like for example, you have to say, for CSR, you say it's 2% of last 3 years, like
Hmm.
2% of average profits of last 3 years you have to apply. They say like the company's turnover is meeting above threshold, but they are in losses. So
Loss.
now will
Yes.
you apply or what? What will you exactly do? I
You'll
was
have to take the
completely,
average of last 3 years. That is, I think,
yeah,
like there are many folds,
yes,
and one of the question which I'll just interrupt. I'll
yeah,
just
sure, sure,
tell
sure.
you. One of the questions which I got was like MSME. So because
Yeah.
we don't study MSME in our CA finals as such, but there's a part in tax audit that
Yes.
where in tax audit का एक clause है जिसमें which it says that you the tech if you don't pay the MSME sector like
For
if you
45
have
days.
creditors in 45 days,
Yes.
then the same thing is disallowed for you, right,
Yes.
in
Yes.
in taking exemption. But
Yes.
we don't, as such, we don't study MSME.
Ah.
But the same question was asked to me in the interview, and that moment I was able to recall. I don't know how, because once I was asked about MSME, first thing came into my mind that I had not studied this in my CA
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah.
But then second day, I gave my second thought, and then I could remember that, yeah, हाँ यार, ऐसा provisional questions could be asked where you are
Yes.
working day to day on that,
Yes. Actually,
right?
in PSUs,
Yeah,
MSME payments matter a lot. If like only
exactly,
we
exactly. Because
guys know
I am
like how.
handling that right now.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, so I can relate to that because I'm working on that, na.
Yes.
So there are many questions, and even if you are not able to answer some of the questions, because I was not aware about VAT, CST, how it works in the because we don't study in the CA final as well. Because I made all the because see, uh, we have to like put ourselves into the company's whatever it is, the
Yes.
business, right? So
Yes.
I studied like what if the GST is applied on oil and gas, what
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
what will
Hmm.
happen
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
that?
Hmm.
So this kind of questions you have to analyze from yourself, that what is the company's business, and what if
Yes.
there are different scenarios which are coming in the right now in the industry, and what if this kind of scenarios happen as well. Well, I was asked, I was prepared for this kind of questions where I was asked that at that point of time there was Russian crude, which was very
Yeah.
very India had
In
opportunity to get crude at
yes.
very discounted prices.
Yes. Yes.
So I was asked this question, that why the top line and bottom line of this company is, this year they had very much profit. So why this company had so much profit? So I had to relate that with that they are India and Russia had this agreement, and that's why this is the effect. So
Right.
you have to have a macro level as well as the micro level understanding of that as well. And I'll just say that one thing which helped me was ChatGPT, because
Yeah.
it is about giving the prompts, right?
Yes.
So what I did, I took 7 or 8 days. I prepared myself with all the questions, and I used to give the prompts, and I used to take answers and used to write it down. And
Yes.
I already have the notes, I think, how I prepared, and I shared those notes with some 3 or 4 people, and all of them were able to clear the interview.
Great.
So
Great.
these things will help you, if you
Yes.
will do it for yourself. So it's like preparation has to be full-fledged for these companies, right,
Yes,
Sai?
yeah. So
Yeah,
if you are sitting for PSU industry, PSU companies, one thing you must do is industry analysis and competitor analysis is must. Like if
must.
he sat for oil industry, so he needs to know what exactly is happening. I sat
What
for
exactly?
electricity industry, so I need to know in the transmission sector, like who are the
Yeah,
giants and who are the competitors to
exactly.
Power Grid and everything, how revenue recognition happens in electricity companies. So you need to know company specific and be industry specific.
And at
So
least
that.
one annual report you'll have to read.
Yes, yeah.
Like
Integrated
seasonal
report
report
you
you
have
have
to
to.
report.
I read two annual reports, but even if you're not reading two, at least one you have to read and check like where the company is doing their CSR expenses. What are
Yes.
the new projects that the company is coming with? Like when I give my interview, there was a burger biofuel project. So I was
Hmm.
all aware about what is the investment, and like petchem project in Bina refinery was there. So
Hmm.
you have to be like, you have to show the
Yes.
interviewer that you are interested in his company,
In his company,
right?
yeah.
Huh.
Yes, and coming to my Power Grid interview questions, like
Yeah.
regarding the CSR, and then then I had director related questions, like regarding Section
Okay.
164 and how many directors are
Uh,
like related to
bad
government
questions.
companies and everything. So they asked me regarding that, and then they asked me regarding the targets of the company, like in the
Okay.
nearby targets, what the capex targets, and like what are the
Hmm.
related like carbon emission related targets, like whatever
Hmm.
are there by 2030, how much percentage we are going to aim to get company like
Net
to
zero is
read
there.
net
Net
zero
zero is
is.
something which
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Net carbon, yeah, zero. So all of them, they asked me, and then they asked me regarding the bonds, like resource mobilization. So how will you
Hmm.
like do have an idea regarding masala bonds, vanilla bonds, like what are the different types of bonds, like you know the market or not,
What we
like.
study in SFM, right? That's something.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So all of them were asked, and then they went into Ind AS also, Ind AS 110 and like 115. So what are the revenue recognition criteria for electricity? And that was one of the important question. And then like regarding PPE, they went into the very basic question, like what exactly is a
Hmm.
PPE? We don't want anything other complicated questions. We just want to ask you what is a PPE. So just give us the definition, and then we'll go for lunch break and everything. So yeah, so that went, and I almost answered almost 80% of the questions, and then I expected that yes, it's going to happen somewhere by the end of the interview, and it went
Yeah.
roughly 20-25 minutes. So that was my interview experience. But if I have to say, the other candidates who were interviewed in the morning, or they had
Yeah.
interviewed for 40-45 minutes also, because they
40,
were the
45
beginning
minutes.
candidates, so
Yeah.
they had so much energy to interview.
Energy to
And
ask questions. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yes. So they, for them, they asked regarding tax also, like regarding the
Hmm.
dividend taxation, corporate taxation, MAT criteria, everything, like whatever the ATIA sections and everything, industry specific, like electricity related financial statements, regulations, CERC, that, this, and so they went
Everything.
very
Yeah.
depth, very in
It
depth.
is very technical. I think na like what happens there's a luck factor as well, because see,
Yes,
it is not about everything in our hand only, right? So
yes,
but
yes.
whatever it is controllable in your hand, you have to be prepared with that, because
Hmm,
see, there are things like, sometimes the interviewer has a mood as well, right?
hmm,
And
hmm,
if
hmm,
you
hmm, hmm.
like what happened with me, I was giving the interview in the second slot. So
Okay.
when you are someone who is giving the first or second first or second interview in the whole day, there is an advantage for you that if
Yes,
if the interview panel is, impressed with you, then before selecting someone else, you have the chance, right? But then also right now they also have that mindset of that I'll have to dig him, right?
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
there are two sides, like you are that's something which well, luck factor is very strong as well, like it plays a big factor, getting into
Hmm,
selecting in this kind of companies.
hmm, hmm,
So
hmm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
So that was my interview experience, guys. And like coming to as Nehala asked me like regarding my current posting. So yeah, we have to discuss regarding the postings also. Like people get
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
confused here. So this
See,
is one of
see,
the
we till now we have discussed just the good part, and there is some tough part as well, right? In
yes.
the PSU said there are tough part as well that Sai will also put his light in, and yeah,
Yeah.
there are
So
many folds. Yeah,
yeah. So regarding BPCL, I just asked him 2-3 days before, like, what are your locations of getting posted? He said four. So yeah, Padam, this recording will be on YouTube, don't worry. But the
yes.
resources which I will be sharing, you won't get it that, you won't get that. I will be sharing those here only. Don't worry. So regarding the
Padam, he is
postings,
also doing a very good job. I think we
yeah,
should
yeah, yeah.
take
Padam
a moment and
also,
appreciate him, because somewhere my student club, because I am also in this industrial training sector only now.
yes.
So because he's also doing this my student club thing, and I and we both are going parallel through, but I have not met him and I have not talked to him straightly. But I'll just appreciate you, Padam, because lot and lot of students are getting so much help from your website, because
Yes.
they are able to get that
Resource.
vacancies in one
One
platform
click.
only. Ha.
Yes.
So I have seen your interviews taking Sai as well, and many other people as well taking the interviews, and I am very much impressed with you. Carry on the good deed, whatever you are doing. I'll carry on my deed, what I can do with the community, right? See, because we both are from the same background, same community. We all three are from the same
Yes,
community
yes,
only, and
yes.
how it is like how we can give our best to the young students or chartered accountants who are coming in future. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yes,
I want to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So regarding postings, guys. So once so the single advice which I give to guys who want to come into PSUs or who got offers, be ready to get posted anywhere in India. Okay.
Yes. You
Secondary
have to be
thing
open.
is their possible locations of posting that is company specific. Some companies have good like postings in their city, in city-based
Hmm.
locations. Some companies also have postings at remote locations also for finance people. Okay, like for
Yeah.
if I
Like
have to say,
IOCL.
yes, IOCL has
IOCL has
remote
a,
locations also.
if you are getting into IOCL, then you have to be okay with getting into like locations like even like Baroni. But
Yes,
they are posting people in Baroni and Baroni refinery.
yes.
But fortunately, I'll just say that BPCL has not this policy.
Ha,
They
ha.
just post people, and mostly like 70 to 80% of CAs work in HQ like Bombay only. Other 30% either they are in Calcutta, either in
Hmm.
Chennai, or either in Delhi.
Delhi, yes.
So this
It's
is the
centralized. It's mostly
distribution.
centralized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
IOCL works on decentralized basis mostly. Yeah.
decentralized, very much
Yes.
decentralized, and you will be
Ye-
have to okay with. How is
Yes.
the power grid?
Yeah, so Power Grid has 11 locations. So 11 locations, all
Okay.
are cities. So if I have to say through the cities, they are in South, Hyderabad and Bangalore. And then
Hmm.
in West, we have Nagpur and Vadodara. So
Hmm.
everything is mentioned on the website, guys. So we have Nagpur and Vadodara. And then in North, we have Lucknow, Delhi, like Gurgaon. And then we have Jammu also. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Hmm.
going to East, we have Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Patna, and then we have Shillong.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, so we have all these cities. Every city is a tier one, tier two, or tier three city mostly.
So
And
everywhere CAs can be posted.
yes, yes. Everywhere CS
Okay.
can be
Okay.
posted. So in even in our batch, we were 19 of us. So 20 vacancies were there. One of them backed out before joining. So 19 were there. Out of 19, three of them were posted at the corporate office, including me. And then other 16 they are posted across the regional offices. So all of them are regional offices, zonal offices. So they have been posted at that, like Vadodara, Bangalore also. So Bangalore is also one of the biggest finance location. So they have been posted there.
Hmm.
Shillong, one guy, Lucknow one, like so. Yes, they haven't sorted. But any city, whatever your posting is there, that's a properly developed city. So whatever I have
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
if you go to NTPC, that they offer you remote locations again.
Therefore,
Yes, so presently where my father is working in Assam, so that's also a very remote location, but their finance guys
hmm.
are there. I've met CA, CMS working there. So yes, it depends on company specific. So where you might get posted, but be ready to get posted anywhere in India, and it's not, and it's going to be a transferable job, guys.
Transferable job, yes. Because
Yes,
even my job is also transferable because
yes,
anywhere, anytime company can tell me to
yes,
go to Bombay or
yes,
Chennai or Delhi. So
yes.
you have to be okay
You
with
have
that.
yes, you
Yes.
have yes for Coal India also remote locations are there. Coal,
Yeah.
you, coal guys, coal is available
Coal
at
is
only
somewhere, you'll always find that in the remote
remote
locations
locations.
only.
Yeah.
So you have to be
So I have my
okay
seniors
with
in
that.
my office also. They have come from Coal India to Power Grid. They have personally said to me that yes.
So which is the department currently you are in, Sai?
I worked for 6 months in Infrastructure Investment Trust from July to
Okay.
December. Like Power Grid has an InvIT. So okay, so InvITs and REITs if you might have
Hmm,
heard.
yeah.
Yeah, so
The
InvIT I have
real
worked for
estate
6 months,
ones.
and from January I have been in ERP and IT department.
Okay.
So I have
ERP
been in
and
this IT.
IT. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
so
okay.
it's a SAP department.
Yeah.
So yes,
Ability.
so I have been in the SAP help desk, and I will be sorting all the IT
Definitely.
and
Sometimes if I
finance.
forget any T codes, then I'll definitely
Yeah,
reach to you,
sure.
Sai.
All the T codes are on my
Yeah,
they are
on
on
your
my
tongue.
tongue. Yes.
Yes. Well, I am
So
in internal audit now, so we have to get into SAP. Like you have to be very much invested in the SAP, and
yeah.
being in internal audit, we have to reach out to the ERPCC. Like we have a department
Yes.
ERPCC.
Yes, yes. ERP
So
department,
yeah,
without it,
ERP
you
department is
can't function.
very much needed for those
Yes.
who are into SAP, right?
Yes. And
So yeah,
mostly PSUs run on SAP only, as
yeah,
much as I've
SAP.
heard. Like everywhere, SAP is like I even in IOCL, BPCL, NTPC, or like almost it's SAP only, like completely, complete domination, guys. One-sided domination.
Another, I think now I'll again mention another one of the cons. I don't say cons,
Hmm.
but there is a fixed payment, fixed what they say, the increment rate is
Yes.
fixed. Yeah,
Yes.
so
No
that
one
is
now will
something.
get into pay scales.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think
So
these guys will be very much interested to hear
interested
about
in
pay
the,
scales.
yeah, interested in the motivation. What will be something which will give you motivation? So
Yes.
I think first I'll start with that. There is a fixed pay scale which will be getting paid,
Yes.
and which is around 3%, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. 3%.
Yeah, it is 3% on your basic. So it will be like if you are getting a promotion, then maybe you will get 3 plus 3%.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is
Yes.
a culture in the BPCL.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the PPSUs have the same thing as well. And yeah, and like coming into, yeah, the Sai will tell you about the upcoming uh,
Pay
pay commission.
commission. Pay
Yeah,
commission.
yeah,
Okay. Yes.
yeah.
So guys,
That
for
will be a very good motivation for you, all of you. Yeah.
yes. So I will exactly say you like we are not revealing any kind of company related information. It's
Exactly.
mentioned on
Yeah.
their websites and everything is open. Okay, you guys can
Hmm.
check on the websites also. I'm just informing you guys. So how it exactly it happens is you guys enter at an entry level. So it might be E2 or E3. Okay, right now E2 level recruitments are happening. So you
Yeah.
will get at E2. E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9. Okay, so that's the hierarchy, how it goes in a PSU. Okay, so CA CMS will be recruited as an executives. Okay, so some PSUs also have 1 year of executive trainee. You will be as an executive trainee. Right now, I'm an executive trainee, and then you will be taken as an E2 level employee. Okay, after 1 year of your joining, and then it will be uh, how should I say? It will be as per the pay scale. So now for E2, it's mentioned on the company website. Now for E2, 50,000 will be the basic salary. Okay. So how it works is in government is basic salary will always be open. Okay. You can check on any website. On the basic, there will be DA added, dearness allowance. Okay. Dearness allowance is the inflation related thing and it gets paid as a percentage of basic salary. Okay, and DNS allowance gets revised every quarterly. Okay, they mention it openly. The commission they give a report like how much DNS allowance should be paid for this quarter. So right now it has almost reached 49%. Okay, almost reached 49, 50%. Okay, so if your
Forty-nine
salary is
percent.
50,000, then 49% of 50,000. Okay, that gets added, and then above that, company related allowances will be there. Those are
Yeah.
different. Those
Those
are
are different.
individual.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't reveal that, and those are very different. They will be company specific allowances. Like there are different kinds of allowances. Okay, you can
Yes.
take furniture, uniform, canteen,
Canteen,
anything,
your
mobile.
vehicle allowance.
Yes,
It could be your
conveyance.
it could be your HRA and housing company
Yeah,
accommodation
HRA
as
is
well.
one of the
So
main.
there are multiple allowances which you get in PSU, but
Yes,
these two factors which Sai has mentioned,
they
basic
are
and DA,
same.
they are
They
same.
are same across all. Allowances are company specific. Okay,
Yes.
so now you can expect. Okay, so how much it could reach. Okay, so it gets very satisfying and happy amount. Okay. So the range in Power Grid, he said for BPCL it's 18 to 22. Power Grid is also around 17 to 22, that range only. Okay.
90.
If you had all the everything that you receive. Okay. Uh, one-time payment mentioned in CTC.
There's no
Sorry.
one-time payment. I
There
think
is no
there's no
one-time payment,
one-time
Shivam.
payment.
No
They
one-time
give
payment.
you what you get in the
Yes.
going time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
So
but there
they'll
is a probation. I think in
yes.
my case there was a probation for like 1 year. It was like, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
for.
So that is the thing. And did you need any prior experience or skill for getting into InVid department? Yes. Now I will give you one highlight about these postings. There
Hmm,
is your posting into a particular department is not in your hand. They will
yeah, that
post
is.
as per their requirement.
Uh, you
Okay.
can't demand that I have to get into this posting and that.
Yes.
Every like in BPCL, what happens after every 3 years you are changed into new department.
Yes. And yes, yeah, this is also one of the aspect which you have to note down. Job rotation happens, and
It
that's
happens. You
mandatory.
know.
You can't, and
Yes.
people who think that getting into PSU is monotonous is one of the biggest myths which I want to burst right now with this fact. Like job rotation exists, guys. For every 3 to 4 years or 5 to 6 years, your department will be changed, and you have to unlearn and relearn everything
Lot of
according
things.
to that department.
Yes.
Okay, so even I have seen my super seniors, they have been posted at 50 in the new departments, they started learning again. They call up the juniors and they sit with their juniors and they ask, now teach me
Yes.
guys.
What else?
I got into this department at this age, so I don't know, you just teach me. So they sit with the juniors, okay? That's how the learning happens.
Was.
And you learn across all the departments, okay? And regarding the pay scales, it's mentioned on the websites. You can check. So, like for E2, it's 50,000. E3, it's 60,000 basic. E3, E7, it's 70,000. So, 10,000,
So it's
it gets
50 from 50,000. It will rise 10,000
10, 10,
each
ten
at
thousand at
each
each
level.
level. And
Huh.
yeah, and regarding the
And
pay commission. So what
yeah,
exactly happens with pay commission is for every 10 years. Okay. So the thing is when DA reaches 50%, when the DNS allowance reaches 50%, it almost reaches 50% in 10 years. Okay. It takes a decade. So the government forms a new pay commission and it revises the base salary. Okay. So right now, last time the revision happened from 1st January 2017, I think.
27. Yeah. Yeah. So we
Yes,
can
1st,
expect in 17. You can expect in
2027.
27. Yeah.
Yeah, 2027 January, it might happen. So now
Yes.
the pay commission they have just announced, and they will be checking all the inflation factors. They will be taking into account everything, all the how the expenditure is going on in the market, and how we have to revise the base salaries. And then they will revise that whatever E2 level 50,000 basic is there, then they will revise that. And when they revise that, they will make the DA zero.
Yeah. DA will
Yeah.
be commissioned along with the basic.
Yes, DA will
Yes.
be merged along with the basic,
Merged
and
along with the basic.
there will be a fitment factor if I am not wrong. So
Yes. Yes.
as
Yes.
per the
Yes.
fitment factor, it will be multiplied with the basic, and
You can
that will
expect
be
around, I think, na DA plus basic. Agar it will be, for example, it is 75 right now, and maybe if right now it goes up, then maybe DA plus basic will be around 10 to 15% higher than what it was
yes,
earlier.
yes.
You
It
can't
might go
expect
up to
more than
90
that.
or 1 L,
Yeah,
1
yeah.
L, I think.
So if see if it is 75 right now, and if it is you are expecting, then maybe you should expect around 85 to 90K.
Yeah,
Will be
yes,
the new basic.
yes,
And the good thing about it is that your HRA, your
yeah.
other every pay is calculated on basic.
Basic
So
percentage.
what
Yes,
happens that when your basic gets doubled, like
yes,
from 50 it gets into 90, then your HRA which you are getting paid around, let's say 15%. If I'm
yes,
giving an example, let's say 15 to 20%, then if you were earlier being paid 75, 50,000 to 20%, you will be getting paid 20 or 15 or 20% on 90,000.
yes,
But there are several other allowances as well. So like this, your basic will be more than your what will happen that other allowances will be increasing as well. So
yes.
yeah,
That's how
that is
it
I think
happens.
the core thing,
Yeah, so
right?
if you guys are having any PSU offers, consider joining because in
Yeah,
nearby
because
time you will be having a lot of increase in your pay.
yeah, because see, what is happening currently in what I am seeing, Sai, because
Hmm.
like around 3 or 4 years when we were in the CA intermediate, I was in CA intermediate. We used to hear that yeah, the average CTC of private sector of a chartered accountant fresher is around 9 to 10 lakhs. But
Yes,
even after 4 or 5 years, it had to go for 15 to 16 lakhs right now.
yes,
If you consider the growth of India as well as the inflation, but it has remained till 10 11 lakhs only for average chartered accountant
yes,
in
yes.
private sector. So
Yeah,
that is something which is very daunting for a chartered
yeah,
accountants, because even if the inflation has increased, the pay scale has remained the same only. For
right.
if you are somewhere you are getting an offer from PSU, maybe it is like the pay, the city is a bit inflated
Hmm, hmm,
from
hmm,
the
hmm.
private sector. If you see, you may say that the 10-15% is much inflated, but right now what will happen if you will join now? So after 1.5 years, you will at least get 10 to 15% ka CTC hike, at
Yes,
least, right?
yes,
So
yes,
that
yes.
will something which will play a longer run. You'll be much
Yeah,
ahead of someone who is doing in private sector.
yeah,
Your
right.
colleague. someone who is
Right, right. So
already doing
if
in
if
that.
if I have to take right now, low, I will be for next 3 decades in PSU. There will be three times pay revisions. So you can
Yeah,
imagine how where it could go. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Yes. And
So that
yeah, regarding any update on upcoming Power Grid exam, sorry guys, it's everything is in HR hands. I don't know anything and I can't know anything also. So if you have any update, it will be on the company website. You have to check regularly.
no, it
So
is not like Yogita is asking like are PSU's jobs dominated
no,
by men. So see,
no.
Yogita, it is like ki most of the girls are already not coming out for jobs. So even if they
Huh.
are like, there is a good right now the gender ratio is not very good, but they are somewhere giving that preference of taking the girls into the company.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
it's
so
completely
the
on
gender
merit basis.
diversity is somewhere, and there is no such thing that it is dominated by men, or you will be getting pressured for things like that.
No.
We have, I think the power grid will also have that, that policy of what is it, the pregnancy policy of matrimonial leave, right?
They have a
For
lot
around
of
1.5 year matrimonial leaves only, and
yes,
all the PSUs have a very good leave structure
yes,
you
yes.
get.
The leave
So
structure is
from the
very good.
girls' point of view, it is not like you will be getting dominated by
It's a very
men or this
motivated
kind of stuff.
environment for actually
Yeah,
for
yeah, it is
women. Very
very
motivated.
good environment to work, and there
Very
is a work-life balance which is also good.
work-life
Yeah,
balance is too good. Too good.
it's good.
So, and dominated one, yes. And Udita has one question. Hesitant to ask this, but just an innocent question. Is investment banking industry better than PSU and CTC post? Do you have any idea of CTC in
So
investment?
yeah, I think what see, you are comparing something which is very different from PSU.
Yes,
Both the sectors which are very
completely
different.
unrelated.
That is, investment banking is a very fast-paced
Huh.
sector, and someone, if you are someone who is looking to enter in somewhere where you are someone who is very dynamic and motivated, and you can work for 80 to 90 hours a week,
Yeah.
and you have that skill of giving that you to keep yourself on the edge, and then it is very good sector for you to enter.
Yes.
But
Yes.
PSU is something which is very which will not get like every day you will get a challenge. It is not like
Huh.
that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
So you have to be somewhere, you have to draw the margin, and you have to know yourself, like what kind of person you are. You are someone
Yes.
who needs challenge on everyday basis. Then I think investment banking, etc., is very good for you. But
Yes.
it is not like I have seen Sai na, matlab, all the industrial trainees who are coming for any guidance. They anyhow they don't know anything about IB.
Investment banking.
They
Yeah, they
just
just
want
want
to
to go.
join IB,
Huh.
and we both have worked in IB banks. Like I've also worked in Credit Suisse, and he's also worked in
Standard,
Standard
standard.
Chartered, and we both
Yeah.
know how it is,
How
right?
it is.
It
Yeah.
is not like it is the corporate culture, and we are not degrading anything, but
But
there are two folds of
yes.
both the sides, right?
Yes.
Have,
It's
have we
not
call them the two
as
sides?
it's not as
Yeah,
fancy as it
as
sounds.
fancy as it seems. Yeah.
Huh. Huh.
So it has its own benefits. Where
Yeah.
someone is very keen to go, you should learn about it,
Yes.
what it is right now, and how it is will go in the future. And then if you are agreeing on that, you should join. But
Ye-
PSU and IB are both are not comparable as
Yeah.
such.
You can compare one company of IB with another company of IB.
Another
That's
company.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and regarding one they said one thing is pay hikes. Okay. So in private you can expect 10%, 20%, like suddenly
Yeah.
you are having a
It's
year
not
or
gonna be
everything.
like
But don't expect that from PSU guys. It's fixed. And if you want to come into PSUs, get into it with a stable mindset that
yeah.
the income level which it increases will be of this only. So you won't get sudden pay hikes or like rapidly
Yeah.
the income is
What you
increasing
can
and everything.
expect when you are talking to one of your colleagues who is already working in private sector, and he has got around 10% hike, and you are thinking like yaar mere ko to 3% ही मिला. So
Huh.
it's not going to happen like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
every
one
10
good thing,
years,
what
every 10
another
years
good thing,
anyways, pay commission is there. Yeah. Yeah, you can say.
yeah, another
Hmm.
good thing that is na, the in CTC structure there is like a very big component of your retirements. So what happens that even if you are not able to invest right now, the
Hmm.
company is already investing for your
Investing for you.
retirement through PF gratuity and ESI. And
Everything.
what they say are PF gratuity and another that pension, NPS,
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes, yeah, NPS,
NPS.
yeah,
So
yeah,
all three are the big components of your CTC.
yes.
So this is also a very good part, I
Those are
think.
running, you guys aren't knowing the worth, but they are going running aside you, and you will only realize their value at different
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
life.
exactly.
Yeah, so that actually happens. And yeah, thank you for highlighting on this aspect. And regarding the medical benefits also, yes, PSUs offer a
Yeah, it
very
is
good range.
very good benefits which
Yes,
are giving. In fact, I think what are the benefits of Power Grid?
Powergrid has an unlimited medical benefits.
Same thing, yeah. Even PPL has also like
You can have
even it
crores of
counts.
you can have crores of medical payments and
Yeah, yeah.
company
Even
will
if
give
it
you.
counts all your family members, if you are
Yes,
dependent, like your
yes,
spouse, your children, they're dependent anyhow, and your
yes,
father and mother, if they have income of from less than a limit,
yes.
then their medical claims are also accepted. So all around, and it is not third party or like any insurance, etc. is not there.
No,
You can claim directly from the
directly
company
from the
itself,
company. Yeah,
and there is assistance of there's a reimbursement route, but if
yes,
the expense is too much, then they also give you the advance route as well.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
medical is a very big factor
Big factor. Yeah,
when you
and you
enter into
won't
PSU,
realize this worth, guys, unless you get into situation. Hopefully,
unless
no
you get
one gets into that situation. Hopefully, but if you
yeah,
guys get, then you
because
will realize that worth,
it is
like how much. Yeah,
very big social security
it's
which is the
priceless
companies
actually.
are providing. So
Yeah.
that is a big factor, I think.
Yogita says, my question was in regards to that while selecting, do they prefer men over women? As you told previously, they allocate the remote location. Guys, even in remote location in PSUs, women also get posted. I have seen. Okay.
Yeah, but
It is,
the
yeah.
ratio is little lesser
Ratio is
because
less.
ha because they will prefer giving you to corporate locations.
Yeah.
Like mostly in BPCL, you will get 100% unless you ask for any specific location, you will 100% get into Mumbai.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
In at least BPCL, I can say like
Yeah.
mostly like 70-80% cases are there that you'll get into Bombay. And
Yes.
other same thing will be, I think, with the Power Grid only that
Yeah. Yeah.
maximum cases will be that you'll be
Yeah.
getting posted in good
Power
city.
grid locations are anyways, they are cities only.
Ha,
So ultimately you will get a very comfortable position only, or comfortable
yes,
locations
exactly.
only. And how to enter into PSU as an industrial trainee. So regarding
That
industry, guys,
if you want, then you can talk to me. You can
yeah,
reach out to
yes.
me. I'll yeah
Yeah. You can reach out to Nehal. Like I will share my personal experience as an
yeah yeah.
industrial trainee in IOCL.
Sai
Yeah.
has also worked as an industrial
Yes.
trainee. Yeah.
So regarding that, guys, companies release their own notification. Like I have seen many IOCL notices. Like they release as per the state office, like Lucknow state office or Assam state office. They release their notification and they post it in the branch offices, or they share it to their known guys, or they post it on LinkedIn also. Some of their officers post, and then you have to fill it or send your resume to the mail mentioned in that notification of their
Yes.
company, and then they will shortlist you for interview, and then you will get the interview call. You can attend it online or in presence in the office. So by that you can go. So I connected with some of the nearby IOCL state officers, like whoever
Hmm.
finance officers were there. So then I asked them like, is there any vacancy? They posted the notification. Then I applied as per the notification. Then I went. So you have to connect with the officers of that PSU and branch officers. Okay, then if they release any notification, then you have to apply and mail and you have to go to the interview.
I
Okay.
think even like how the BPCL is hiring also through the LinkedIn, etc. as well.
Yes.
So even
Yes.
if you are taking the good note of that, if you're following the LinkedIn posts as well, then also I think it will be appropriate to go into. But some companies also give through notifications. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true as
Yes. So one of the most demanded question, I will clear it now. So regarding the preparation of non-technical part. So Shivam Kumar is asking, will you come up a separate video first what to study for no Coal India exam? No, guys, I will tell everything in a compilation now, how to prepare for the non-technical part or technical part. So, coming to the non-technical, the topics are verbal reasoning. Verbal is English. Okay. So, on the grammar part, on the passages, they ask you like synonyms, antonyms, or regarding the topic of that particular passage, or like that. Okay. So, English done. And then coming to maths. So, maths involves numerical reasoning. So, there will be some topics like in maths, how should I say? like logical reasoning questions, or there are contents, okay? Contents like direction sense test, or number of days a man can do a particular job. So like that questions, okay? Age related questions, or like solving basic mathematical questions. So like that they might ask. In NTPC exam, I also got trigonometry questions also. Okay, so that can also be asked. So it can go up to any level. So they will ask you twisted questions, out of which you have to apply basic formulas and come out. Okay, so that involves numerical and logical reasoning questions, and you have like blood relation questions also. Okay, if you have solved in Olympiads and everything, you will know exactly how this quantitative aptitude or logical reasoning questions go. So now I am sharing that link of the particular book which I read. Okay, I had my R.S. Agarwal. Okay, he's an author, and he creates books for these government related exams. Okay, so I had that book from since childhood. I used to prepare wherever reasoning was there. I used to prepare from that book. So I solved everything in that. Like it had verbal, non-verbal, logical, and everything. So I prepared from that book. I also solved extra tests on websites. Like I used to just randomly surf over many websites like reasoning questions or that, this and everything. So I used to solve over the website. So I'm sharing the book link now. Okay, so if you guys want to purchase, you can purchase it. You can purchase. Okay, let me just keep it in the chat box for everyone. So this is the quantitative aptitude book on Amazon, okay? And for verbal and non-verbal, I'm sharing another book, okay? So both are R.S. Agarwal books, okay? You can purchase and you can solve. First, you can see the contents in that, okay? What exactly does it cover? And then you will know how exactly they are asking and they are covering. Mostly, almost all of the questions get covered from these books, okay? Regarding the non-technical part. So, and Padam has another question. Do great promotions happen in a fixed period? Yes, they have a fixed period mostly.
But
Sorry, Nehal. Do you have any do you have any kind of uh, issue with the network? I think he has an issue with the network, guys. And how long does it take from the notification part to written test to interview? Okay, this is one of the good questions. And regarding the notification part, if I have to say the timeline of my company which I got into, so it gen in off-campus route it generally takes a lot of time. You have to give 5 to 6 months or easily. Okay. Once the application period gets open, it might stay for 20-30 minutes, 20-30 days, sorry, 20-30 days, and then he might join again. He might had any kind of internet connection issue. So 20-30 days it will be open, and then after that for exam they will announce another date. Okay, that might take 2 to 3 weeks after the completion of your application period. Okay, it might take me a month also. So they will announce the exam date after the notification in a month. Then exam will be in coming 20 days or 15 days or might be in a month. So from after the application date ends till the exam date, there might be 1.5 to 2 months. Okay, so that might glad you are back, Nehal. Let me add to the
yeah,
spotlight.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I was just explaining about the exam and notification timeline.
Mhm.
So you will be having an exam after 2 months of your application, 1.5 to 2 months. Then exam will happen, and then exam to result, that depends on company. That is entirely on company specific. Some release in 1 month, some release in 1.5 months, some release in 2 months, some release in 3 months. So my company took almost 2.5 to 3 months after the exam date. That was a very long time, and I was checking every day regarding the results. So it actually took a lot of time, and then after 2.5 to 3 months,
It
I
takes
got
long
the
time sometimes.
yes, I got the result that I cleared it, and the cutoff date was cleared. But then it goes very rapidly. Okay, so you are given the result that you cleared the exam, and then you have the interview in next 15 to 20 days. Okay, so interview is scheduled in next 15 to 20 days. After the interview, the result is very quick. We got the result after the interview in 2 to 3 days. That's it. So that's how it goes. So entire process was 6 to 7 months easily, completely. Okay, in off-campus
Wow.
route. So you might be in a job while doing all of this process. I was preparing for CMA final and everything, so I was there at home only. So all of this period got compensated with my CMA exams and CMA results. So that was one of the benefits which I had. But otherwise, this is the timeline, and this is how it goes in general. Okay. So even after the interview date, some companies might take 20 days also. Some companies might take 1 week, 15 days. So you have to give 5 to 6 months easily, guys. They take
Yeah,
a lot of time.
definitely, definitely.
Yes. Yeah, you were
I
telling one
think
of the
now get
question. The great
yeah, yeah, yeah.
promotions happen in a fixed period. You were saying, and the internet
So
connection
actually,
was.
it happens mostly like in the first three, four, three or two or three grades. Yeah,
It's
the
fixed.
the cycle is fixed. But
Yeah.
after getting two or three grades, then it becomes like how depending on your
Performance.
performance. Huh. So then it becomes like how you are performing. Because somewhere
Yes.
someone has to be on the top management now. Because
Yes.
we have also in our company there are people who are around 50, 55. Then also they are not very much in the top management,
Yes.
but then
Yes.
people who are even in their 40s are able to get into the top
Yeah.
management on the basis of their merit. Like if they are
Yes.
able to handle the teams very well and have a very good knowledge, then you will get promoted in every 3 years. Like
Yes.
that's a culture.
Yes. Yeah. And after that, interviews also might happen for promotions, guys. After
Yeah,
like two
yeah,
to
yeah.
three grades. Yes.
In the director level, I think director or executive director level, I think there are
Yeah,
interviews.
yeah. There's are interviews in PowerGate, but
Yeah.
they have after 2 to 3 years they have interviews for every level. So it goes very
Okay.
meritorious. Yeah,
Acha,
you
acha,
have to
acha.
be very performance oriented, guys. You
It is
can't just lead.
competitive, guys.
Yeah, it's very
It is very
competitive. That this
it's
government culture has
competitive.
gone
It is
long
not
back.
like government culture, where you will definitely get
Sit
a
and lay
promotion
down
and
and
things like that.
that has gone and like it's not. And people always say like I have heard in IOCL or here also everywhere there, when you come into Maharatna companies or companies like this, you have to forget the first fact that you got into a government company. Only the pay scale is government, and then you have to work as if it is a private company. So they say to me, okay, directly. So you have to be very performance oriented. No, nobody is ready to listen to you that you will do it tomorrow or day after. No, that doesn't isn't happening exactly in the PSU offices. They are very competent and they are top tier guys. I'm actually saying you. All are rankers and they are excellent guys. If you go behind their background and listen to each colleague of in your PSU, you'll get shocked. You'll get mesmerized. Okay, I'm actually saying the facts.
Basically, all are the cream of cream. Like
Yes.
there is a cream layer, and then again there is the cream of the cream layer.
Yes.
So that is the layer which they are looking for.
They are looking for.
And if you get an opportunity, it is a very good deal. Even if you are not getting that opportunity, you will get to learn. You have got insights from
Yes.
this session where the Sai has kept.
Yes.
And
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, so thank you guys. Almost 30 to 40 candidates they have been through this webinar. So I'm sharing other resources also. So I'm sharing a company website. Sorry, not a company website, a website where you can find these
vacancies.
notifications, PSU notifications on daily basis. Like if you can refresh the page, you will get all the notifications at one place. So this is the website which I personally followed during my recruitment process. Okay, it will be very helpful for you guys. So I'm sharing the link. Okay, so you can click on the link and then you can go through. I'm also sharing a Telegram group link. Okay, so there also you have all the notifications given. Okay, so you can go through the previous notifications and see if you have should I say. The second one is the Telegram group link. Okay, fine. So that also you can join and see all the notifications open. Okay, and then the final resource which I'm going to share is the GD website link. So before preparing for GD, I was very confused. Like what topics should I exactly prepare? So there, if you surf over Google, like you will get a lot of websites where there are 400 to 500 topics plus on single website. So I just randomly sat for 2 to 3 hours or 4 to 5 hours, just explored whatever topics I felt like related to economy and PSUs. So I went through that. So this is one of the website, but if you surf over, you will get lot. But this is one of the helpful website where I
Correct. Yeah.
got all the topics at one place. So this is the GD website. Okay, you can use it for any interview. It's not just PSU interviews. You can use it for any interviews. Okay, so that is about it. And does CMA inter attempt matter? CMA inter attempt, like in campus it might matter, because in campus there will
नहीं,
be a
I
different.
think नहीं इंटर का attempt it doesn't matter in
Ah,
campus as well.
okay.
Yeah. So in final का attempts it matter. In CA I
Yes.
think I don't know about CMA, but in
Okay.
CA I think inter का attempts does not matter.
Yeah.
Final का attempts it matters.
They just first see the final, but
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then if they have lot of candidates who cleared final
Then
also in
they'll
first
filter it
attempt,
from the attempt basis.
yes, then they go to
Yeah,
the second level. Okay. So
yeah, yeah.
Kirtesh is asking, Sai, I'm working as an industrial trainee at Standard Chartered GBS. Okay. Okay. Right now. Okay. In my previous office. Right. In same domain. Okay. Product control on growth part. How is learning and work life compared to private sector? Okay. So see, growth part, as I said, it's very stable. Okay. The grade promotions happen in some fixed portion of years, and later on you will have on your merit, as we discussed just now. So that's how growth happens. In private, it's completely based on your merit, and pay hikes will also be on your performance basis. So you might get rapid pay hikes, 10%, 20% like that. So it's very subjective. And if you want rapid growth, you can stay in private, but otherwise in PSUs, it's mostly stable. Okay.
And one good thing is about this notifications, Anna, you will get there are lots of PSUs. See,
Yes.
so you will have that opportunities of, giving these exams after and after. Even if you are currently working in like private organization, you are not able to get into PSUs through campus. Then also you have these opportunities,
Yes,
and
yes,
which just goes on and on all around the year. You have this kind of
yes,
opportunities, which I is telling you. And
yeah,
I think if you are considering to come into this, you should diligently go through the process of all this, and
yes,
which is a very good deal, I think. Getting into PSU is somewhere
yes,
which is very, like, somewhere it has to motivate you from inside that yeah, I have to get into, and then follow that process. It will take time, it could take time as well. For science it also took some time, but then
yes, yes,
eventually you will be able to get into this
yes,
sector. There's nothing
yes,
like, if you're not able to get, you're not missing much anything like that. But if you want to, yeah, the science which has shaped the process. And
yes,
if you are someone who's like, you have not cleared CA or CMA and you are looking to clear, then it could also give you a motivation to clear it in the first attempt in sitting for campus and doing good in your campus, right?
yes.
So this could also be one of the factors which you look into.
Yes, right. So one of the questions is how you practiced on GD part by yourself. Actually, regarding public communication and speaking, I was into public speaking a lot earlier. So I was like, it was very actually very easy for me. So whenever I used to sit in GDs, I always used to speak first and everything. So it's not actually like that. You need to have content for yourself to speak first of all.
Right.
So to get content, you have to read a lot. So that's why I shared the website. So read a lot of topics, get a lot of data in your mind so that you can speak on any topic. Like I read on the economy, GDP and everything. So that then I could relate it to the Vikasit Bharat 2047 topic given in our PSU GD. And before that, I had GD based practice sessions in my pre-campus orientation for CMA also. Okay, so because I qualified CMA in December 2023, I sat for May 2024 campus in CMA also. I got selected in CMA campus also in Ford Motors. Okay, they also had a GD. So in CMA pre-campus orientation, they had a lot of GD practice sessions. So I had with other CMA qualified candidates. So there also I had a lot of practice of GD. So in Ford Motors CMA campus also they had the topic ethics versus profit, which is more important for a company. So that was a topic in CMA campus. In Standard Chartered for the CA campus, I had the GD. The topic was teamwork versus individual work, which is more important. And the twist was you cannot be on one side. As a speaker, you have
Exactly,
to
you have to
say
give.
on all sides. You have to say both sides, and you have to say the pros and cons. So they twist you with topics like that. So you have to need to have a lot of content and have practice sessions with your friends or whatever groups you find. Otherwise, you won't let yourself speak. Okay. So you have to be very open. So you can practice it through like that.
And
Yes.
just last thing, I think one
Yeah.
of the things which I'll share with you for clearing an interview, the thing which you need the most is the confidence. If you are
Yes.
not confident enough for yourself, it is just like a sales pitch. You are
Yes.
pitching yourself in front of interviewer. If you are not able to pitch yourself about that I am confident enough, then how could you convince the other person who is interviewing you to hire you, right?
To believe
So
you.
first
Yeah.
thing which is you will have to do is to tell yourself that I am the best candidate all among the other people who are getting interviewed. First, you
Yes.
will have to take that and accept it. And if
Yes.
and it should the mindset should be such that if they are not hiring me, and
Hmm.
then they are the people who are losing out.
You will lose.
I'm
Yes.
not I'm not someone who is losing out.
Right.
I'll give my 100%. Then what happens now? Then something which comes out of you is very, very real and very strong thing, that I am good. I'll do whatever I can do. Rest all the people who are sitting are not good as me. I'm not saying that I'm not discouraging you. You have to say things like that to anyone else, but tell that to your brain. You'll get a confidence, and when you're sitting to an interview, you'll be able to give questions very answer of the questions very diligently. So this is
Right.
a tip which I'd share, and I share this
Right.
tip with all the interviews, all the CA freshers and CA industrial trainees as
Industrial
well.
training.
So this is something which I'll share with you all you guys,
Great.
and hope for
That
the best.
that's one of the best tip, Nehal. It applies for any interview you sit. It might be for articleship, it might be for like you have to
Anything.
just give the confidence to the recruiter that if you lose me, you are losing one of your asset is going to come for the group.
Exactly.
Yes. So I think we have covered almost all of the
All the
topics,
sectors.
all the
Yeah, yeah,
sectors.
yeah.
Yes. If you guys have any other doubts, you can
Any
put it in the
options,
chat box.
and
So
you can put, and even if you are not able to put it right now, you can reach us. You can reach me. You can
yes.
reach as well as Sai as well. And although it may take some time to reply you, but we'll definitely try to
Yeah.
reply.
Yes, yes.
And I
We
think
do reply.
he'll put this video in the YouTube as well, even if you have
Yes.
missed some part or anything. You can definitely watch it in the YouTube.
Yes. This will be on YouTube very soon in 2 to 3 days.
And we are to guide you as well.
Yes. Can we switch between
I don't
PSUs?
think we
Yeah.
can switch with PSU. It is tough.
Uh,
I think there is some authority that you have to take your approval from your boss, and then
hmm.
think like very complex things are there. I think, if
Yeah.
I'm not
We
wrong.
cannot switch between PSUs, guys. Actually, see, if you switch to the other PSU, it's a kind of lateral hiring, which is like low. So lateral hiring won't happen in PSU. So
Won't
like
happen in
from
PSU. Yeah.
from E3 here to you can't switch to E4 at that side. If you like
No.
most of the guys, what happens is within a 1 year of joining one PSU, they will go into another PSU and they restart again from the entry level at that PSU.
Exactly.
Okay, if you switch, you have to start from
So
the
it is
start.
like,
You can't start from mid
yeah,
level.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Lateral
that
hiring
doesn't.
is not there.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
exit opportunity we have answered. Like, there are
Yes,
lots of exit opportunities from, if you're from finance background, then you have a good opportunities.
you have
Like for
at
engineers
any
and all,
point,
etc.,
Harsh.
there is stuff. Yeah,
See, role was not growth
you
oriented
can
is
switch.
not an is not a topic actually because in PSUs you work at the base level and you work in very many departments as we discussed. Rotation happens,
Right.
so you touch the core finance, Harsh, actually.
Yeah,
Okay, like in Invit, I got
yeah.
posted for 6 months. Within 6 months, you won't believe I worked on FR, I worked on valuation, I worked on like how the company does the dividend distribution and everything, like whatever
Hmm,
standalone consolidated financial preparation, everything in finance I touched within 6 months. In law, like you can say
exactly.
any topic.
The
Okay,
coverage you get is very
that's insane. You can't believe
valid.
that how much base level finance work is going on in PSU. It actually exists. So
Financial
role
work.
was not
Yeah,
growth
yeah.
oriented is not a
Definitely.
topic to be
Yeah.
discussed. In private, I will show you a lot of no growth oriented roles, back end roles or something. But I don't think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, we should not mention whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But see, everything has its own perks as well as its own
Yes.
disadvantages. So
Yeah.
you'll have to carry it both. We both are, somewhere taking it as what how we want. And
Yes.
if you have someone who want to join, you should.
Yeah. See, interview prep material, I have shared with you the exam material, I have shared with your GD material. Interview prep material is very basic, as Nehal said, like regarding your CV and your company annual report, integrated report you have to read. Rest is your industry competitor analysis, and you have to read all the subjects, whatever theoretical subjects we have for CA final. CMA final. That is the interview prep material. And it will take a lot of time actually, like as you said, 7 to 8 days, 10 days also. So those are basic, like for any interview. And yeah, work timing, work pressure. You give your opinion, Nehal, regarding that, then I will go.
Work timings are, I think, fixed, but unless there is any, any exigency or any work ad hoc
Yes,
work, like you have to work in your, if you are in business finance or corporate finance, you have to work in every quarterly closing and annual
yes,
closing. Till
yes,
even if you'll have to work in Saturdays and Sundays as well,
yes,
except
yes.
like only I think in quarterly period for 4 or 5 days every
Huh.
quarter you'll have to work,
Oh.
and there will be departments where you will not have to work in weekends, but there
Hmm.
will be some departments where there will be pressure, but for
Yes,
whatever you will be working you'll get paid for that extra
yes.
money, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
overtime will be there.
so that is the scenario for there. The pay, the although the it depends on the company to company, but the work pressure is not like it
Not
is
like
in the
private.
private sector.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a
It's
bit
not,
decent.
yeah, it's very decent and very manageable. And it's like it's good. Even
I think it's
it's
good.
not as much as high that your health is getting ruined or something. No, it doesn't happen
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it's
It's
not
very
like
good
that.
work pressure. Yeah. So
Yes.
mostly you will have a very good and fixed work timings in Power Grid. Like, see, I won't, um, how should I say, as he said, for the closings, like quarterly closings, annual closings, you have to give to the company. It demands, the work also demands during the time closings happen, and there will be deadlines during closings, and work will be there. But I can't say exactly the department's name, but there are also some finance departments where you have to do night shifts also.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, there are there in PSUs also. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you might get posted in that
Hmm.
those departments, you have to be ready to do
Then
night
you'll
shifts
have to work
also.
like that, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you will be there for some
And
years,
even,
some 3 to 4 years, and then you will get shifted to other department. So
yeah,
you never know how
yes,
it's going to be.
you never know.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah. So
And even there are opportunities for outside India, overseas India opportunities also in our company. Sometimes, like
yes,
there is a trading desk in Netherlands or
yes.
Dubai, etc.
Yeah, they
So
might send you on
you are,
deputation.
if you are able to work in that kind of, if you are able to show your caliber to the top management, they'll definitely put you in that kind of positions where
Yeah, right.
you'll be handling a lot of stuffs.
Yeah, right.
So
So they might send you on deputation to any company. So if they feel suddenly
yes,
required, so on any
deputation as well.
random day you might get an order that you have to shift. So getting into
So
PSU is
yeah,
like get you have to be ready at any part
and
of
even
life to get posted anywhere.
yeah, even like there are people from the parliamentary committee as well, from like
Yes,
in our
yes, yes.
joint committee, parliamentary committee, and from our company as well. Like, see, I'll just give you a background, because for every department of the government, like there's a for PSU sector, there is PONPG, like Ministry of Petroleum and
Huh,
Natural Gas.
huh,
For
huh,
in
huh.
that department, there are people who are IS officers under Joint
Hmm,
Secretary. So
hmm.
there is a committee of 10, 15, 20 people, and out of those committee, half of them are from the government side, half of them are from the PSU sides, and then
Yes.
from PSU there are other OMCs, like three OMCs: IOCL, BPCL, HPCL. So
Hmm,
from all the
hmm.
three OMCs there will be some selected candidates will be there working as there,
Yeah, they
and
will be
they'll be
represented.
representing the
Hmm.
oil sector, OMC sector, to the
Yes.
ministry, and you will be just like a government officer, the
Yes.
proper for the central government officer, and you
Right.
will be dealing with the things which uh, will be presented in the parliament or with the ministers. So that kind of opportunity you also have,
Might
but
you
it's
might
not
also
like
get,
everyone will
yeah.
get that opportunity, but this kind of scope is also there in
Yes.
this PSUs.
Yes, yes, right. That is a like that is one of the biggest advantages, and even I have seen like people getting posted to Ministry of Power, like they might go on deputation for 1 to 2 years and then they come back to the company. So there
Yes.
are they in PSUs also they might have a lot of subsidiaries also, subsidiary companies where you might get posted for some years and then come back to the main company. So it can happen anywhere like that. Okay, so you have to be open and with both hands open. You have to be ready to receive what company gives for you and just go and enjoy the work-life balance which it offers actually. Work-life balance is really, really good, guys. It's really good.
I think we have
Yes.
uh,
So I
Given
think we
the
have covered,
everything
uh,
you missed.
yeah, we have covered to the everything. The motive of organizing is like it's almost fulfilled, guys. It's really good. So I'm just taking the screenshots.
Thank
It's
you,
really
Sai, for inviting me. And
Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Nehal, for being there for almost 1.5 hours. So since 8:40 to 10:20, like it's too much. So my motive is fulfilled, and this webinar will be on YouTube in 2 to 3
YouTube,
days.
yes.
Yeah, we'll be
And
uploading, and then you guys can see. And the best thing about you guys is you guys got all the resources and everything.
consistently, you guys were there in yeah,
Yeah, that's really good.
yes,
Like everyone were there till the end, almost all the
till the end.
35
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
28 candidates. That's really great. And thank you so much. Really,
I
thank you so
think we
much,
were
guys.
able to give you insights. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sai, for inviting me. And if you have any questions, you can reach to me through LinkedIn,
Yes.
or I'll try to give my answers as
Yeah,
well. Thank you,
sure.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
let me
everyone.
just take a final.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
You
sure.
can
Yeah,
also take
yeah, yeah,
Nehal.
sure. I'll take the picture from you, na? Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
sure.
I'll take. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, guys. My heart is full,
Thank you,
and
thank you, thank you,
yeah,
everyone.
next week, Saturday. So
Yeah,
it's going to
definitely
come.
join that. Yes,
Episode 3, and it's for all the CA students and CA student community. So
sure.
great.
All the best,
So
guys. Bye
good
bye.
night, guys. Bye.